I'm Dr. Reginald. I'm a physician member of the Medical Board of California and the Physician Assistance Committee, and I'm here speaking on the behalf of the board members. I'm a practicing interventional cardiologist, and I'm chief of the Division of Cardiovascular Medicine at UC Davis Medical Center. I've served on a variety of peer review committees. I've done it at Sutter Community Hospitals here in Sacramento. I've done it for the Mercy Hospital system in Sacramento, and I am part of the UC Davis system at the present time. I've also conducted individual physician and program reviews as part of the peer review process for about 10 hospitals or hospital systems throughout the state of California. So I believe that the Lumetra report identified a number of issues that are important, but it missed some issues with regard to the medical board. First, with regard to the medical board, when it receives a peer review report, such as an 805, the board then investigates the case and takes appropriate action. This process certainly can be improved with early notification of an issue, perhaps when the peer review process regarding quality of care case first begins, but we don't have that luxury. We don't get it until it's gone through the peer review process within the institution. If we could get them to give us the records earlier, the peer review body or the custodian of records could turn over the records to the medical board, and we can, in fact, begin our task much, much earlier. And this would speed up consumer protection, which is what the medical board is all about. And we all know, as we've been told, that these cases can take many years to resolve. And if we don't get it until after the many years that it's taken to review the case within the institution, then there's a big delay in public protection. Secondly, we believe that the peer review systems that are in place that work well turned out to be quite effective. Large institutions that have good functioning peer review systems are many, and the reason they're able to do it well is that they have a good system in place and they have enough practitioners within a particular specialty to have expertise so that they can do a very objective review. On the other hand, some institutions, and especially smaller hospitals, they have a difficult time doing effective peer review because of their size and because of cost limitations. Smaller institutions, some standalone surgery centers, and those physicians that don't practice in a hospital or center with peer review may escape the peer review process completely. These groups need to have a mechanism of peer review set up for them. So a solution perhaps could be an outside panel or an entity that would provide or be contracted to provide peer review, although, as always, funding is always an important issue. A one-size-fits-all solution will not work in peer review. So as the medical board feels strongly that the enforcement of the peer review systems needs to be done through the hospitals, through the Department of Health Services, and through the Joint Commission on Accreditation of Healthcare Organizations. They do oversight and review. And we all know that JCHO has already implemented changes in oversight through the licensing process that have made great improvements. So the medical board appreciates your efforts to examine and make changes to the system of peer review in the interest of consumer protection. We appreciate your efforts in examining the system in the interest of public protection. And if I may respond to a couple of comments by Dr. Sago with regard to our website, the website is really an excellent website in 2 languages that's quite clear-cut on how to check your doctor, and I myself have used it many times, and I've instructed many of my patients to use it with no difficulty whatsoever. You make a click, you click and type in the name, you pull up the doctor. That isn't too difficult in my mind. Furthermore, the delays at the medical board are delays in the interest of justice. Ever since I've been on the board for the past 3 years, we're all about improving efficiency in enforcement as well as efficiency in licensing. But at the same time, we don't want to take any shortcuts. We want to be sure that everybody has due process. So once we get a complaint, we have to use our own expert reviewers. So we have to find the reviewers, have them objectively review the case, give input to our investigators as well as to work with the Attorney General's office to come up with a final decision about whether further action is needed. So the delays are in the interest of justice, not because we're inefficient. Finally, the medical board, in the time that I've been there, has always been about transparency. We are all about transparency, and that is part of why the diversion system is no longer part of the medical board. So I think the medical board is very supportive of any peer review process, but we're very limited in what we can actually do as a medical board. We act only on the complaints that are sent to us from the institutions. Thank you.